His hands and feet were swelling. Alaafin's aide reveals final days. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. An indigene of Oyo town who is a confidant of Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, the late Alaafin of Oyo, said the monarch had swollen hands and feet but refused a medical trip abroad. The aide also told the cable that Alaafin behaved strangely in the final days of his death. He said when he became ill, he was told to seek medical attention in the US or United Kingdom. The suggestion was made because his hands and feet were swelling. He was becoming weaker by the day or so, but he rejected the suggestion. He said there are qualified doctors in Nigeria who can treat him. We then arrived at taking him at Afe Babalola Teaching Hospital in Ado-Ekiti. Afe Babalola, the owner, is Alaafin's friend, so we called him and he said that we should bring him immediately. The aide said Alaafin had earlier told them that there were things he would have liked to complete if he had more time to leave. During one of my time with him, he told me that there were things he would have loved to complete, but that time would not permit him, the aide said. I told him that he could send me or any of us to do it for him, but he said that I would not understand. The aide also said because of the frailty of the monarch, the journey to Ado-Ekiti took a longer time. On Sunday last week, we arranged for an ambulance and police escort to take him to Ado-Ekiti. The ambulance was necessary so that he would not be in a sitting position while the journey lasted. We wanted him to be comfortable. When he came out of the palace, he was aided by relatives because he was weak. But when he was to enter the ambulance, he shrugged off those who were assisting him to walk and said he could climb the ambulance doorstep when needed, but he could not despite making a spirited effort to climb it. He had to be helped to climb it. He looked back at the palace for the last time. The journey lasted over 5 hours because the vehicles had to travel slowly so as not to upset the king. 2 days after arriving in the hospital, the swollen hands and legs became normal. His health improved, but sometimes he would look into space as if he was looking at something. On Friday morning, he called the 2 wives that went with him and said they had to prepare and go home, so the doctor had discharged him. A check on that claim revealed that it was not true. He made effort to prove that he was okay, but it was obvious he needed more treatment. But in the evening, his voice became inaudible. Much as he tried to speak, he was not heard. Then he raised his hands from his sleeping position, dropped them, and left us. Alaafin aides pay final tribute. Meanwhile, some mates and associates of the late Oba Lamidi Adeyemi described the traditional ruler as a great mentor who would be sorely missed. Mr. Bode Durojaye, the Alaafin's major aide, expressed shock over the demise of the highly reverend traditional ruler. Durojaye described Oba Adeyemi as a great traditional ruler who had contributed immensely to the development of Oyo town, Oyo state, and Nigeria. He said that the traditional ruler was a custodian of Yoruba culture and history, and he is loved by his people. Durojaye said that before the late Oba ascended the throne, Oyo town was not as developed as it is today. According to him, Alaafin is a great traditional ruler who all other traditional rulers are proud of. He was a great custodian of Yoruba culture and history. He was a philanthropist. He has transformed Oyo town and the palace from what he met on ascending the throne. We have lost a great promoter of Yoruba culture, Durojaye said. Also, Paula Gomez, the Alaafin's cultural ambassador, described the late traditional ruler as a great man and mentor, adding that he was a father to everybody. I don't know what happened. I spoke to Baba last week and he was fine. Maybe his death is natural. I worked with Alaafin on the preservation of heritage and culture. He was a father to everybody. He was a great man and mentor, she said. Some palace workers in separate interviews also said that the traditional ruler already had the proclamation of his death a few weeks back. 2 weeks ago, he called us and told us his late father was calling him to come. We were afraid and asked if he truly saw his father. We were happy to have him as an Alaafin. He ascended the throne at a young age, preserved the stool, promoted Yoruba culture, and was an epitome of royalty, they told none. Wow. Well, this is actually another reminder that nothing lasts forever. No matter how good you're having it in life, just know nothing lasts forever. No matter the situation you're in, if it is something that it is very challenging, nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. We should always be mindful of that. And it is actually a reminder that we should be prepared. You see all this gra-gra, one day, we not go do them. We're not going to be able to do it anymore. Why? Because not because we don't want to, but because we will no longer have the opportunity to. That is why in everything now, the Alaafin is not remembered for the money he has. Have you heard them talk about him? Oh, his money. Apart from the fact that we heard that his last wife, his wife that left the palace, returned, and we heard about her trying to take over properties, which I don't think is even true. But I don't think it's true. Have you ever had someone come out and say, "Oh, they are laughing. He has plenty money. He has plenty cash"? No. At the end of it, he told us that all these things. At the end of it, it won't matter. People are coming out now to say, he was such a nice person. He was not. That is it. What impact or what legacies are we going to be leaving when we go? Are we going to be leaving legacies that are not proud, that we are not going to be proud of? Or we're going to be living legacies that are actually good? It is what we should ask ourselves. Last, all this money and everything, once we close the eye, finished. It is finished. It is no longer ours. The thing that will remain with people is how we treated people, how we were nice to people, how, there's something that comes with, had it been this person was here, this thing would have gone like this, or this thing would have gone like this, in a positive manner, in a very humane manner, in a kind manner. May his soul rest in peace. His death is not a thing of sorrow, but should be celebrated. He lived for over 80 years. He saw his children grow up. He saw his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. What else can a man ask for? Okay. Goodbye, the great monarch. He looked back at the palace once again. The clause conveyed great meaning. We should all take note that no matter how long we tarry on earth, no matter what we have, everything ends here. Exactly what I was trying to say. Exactly what I was trying to say. May his soul rest in peace. What a great king and monarch of Yoruba land. You shall be well remembered. Okay. When you are thinking that, when you are getting overjoyed that, you have attained to a point, just be remembered. Remember that these things will not go with you when you're going. Remember that at the end of the day, you'll be leaving it to go to wherever you're going to. Like they say, life is a journey. On this note, we have come to the end of a note. We say thank you for tuning in to see, turning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.